All right. Chapter 1. I'm going to start this off with all my criminal cases. Real petty shit. Real petty. First, I probably got like a petty theft on there. Then I got a couple gun cases. Grand Theft Auto. Accessory to murder, which was accessory after the fact of a capital offense. Accessory to murder. Kidnapping, which actually turned into lewd and lascivious battery, which is actually a statutory. And then I have statutory rape. Then I have a failure to register. So let's start with the petty theft. Now the petty theft came about probably, I don't know, back in the 90s. You know, young. We like to change the decal on tags so you can put it on a car and drive it. You know, just rig it up. Just so you could drive it. And that's what I probably did. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. And it really was just a ticket. They didn't take me to jail or anything. But for some type of way, that was on my record. Because I got pulled over and they gave me a ticket for the tag not being assigned. And I guess the petty theft for the decal not belonging to my tag. So that's number one. Number two, the gun cases. The gun cases, I actually was a criminal justice major back then, you know. And that ain't necessarily why I had the guns. You know, I had the gun because I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's a gun. So that situation, you know, they just constantly keep catching you with the gun. You know, they catching me with the gun, you know. I think I was at KFC one time and got arrested. They find the gun. So they want to give you a gun charge, but it's my gun. So they had to downgrade it to like carrying a weapon open. And I had another incident, same thing where I think I was leaving somebody's house, a girl's house, and I back up, I get in the street, I turn my lights on, drive all the way to the 31st, right where Martin Luther King School at, where you went to school. And that's where police just wrote me off, pulled me over. The difference was, it wasn't just a regular stop. It was so many police. It was like ATF agents, just everybody. And they're asking me like, where's the dope at? Where's the dope at? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to let them know that, hey, you probably got the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about any drug. So obviously one of them's holding me, trying to search my pockets. He finds a clip in my pocket. Because he's like holding me in the back and like doing all of this. Finds a clip in my pocket. So he says, he's got a gun. So he slams me on the car and they go in the car, this and that, find the gun. I'm trying to let them know like the paperwork is in the glove compartment because, you know, they trying to take me down for a gun charge. And one of them was like, you'll worry about that when you get downtown. So go downtown and they downgraded to a carrying a weapon open again. And so the first time I ended up, when I got the gun charge, I ended up going down to the supply or warehouse, wherever they keep everybody's stuff at. And where they keep everybody's property at. That's gun related, because you can't just get it from like the jail. So I go down there and they gave it back to me, and obviously it happened again. So this time I didn't even get it back. I just let them keep it. It's getting me into too much trouble for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, third is the Grand Theft Auto. That was a situation where I ended up renting a car from this guy. I didn't actually know him, but I knew him because I met him. Obviously, he was on drugs, and he wanted to rent me his car because he needed some money. Go get some drugs. Cool. Gave him the money. Gave him the money, and he gave me the car, which is a little Mazda or something like that. So I got the car, and I had the car. Actually, what was supposed to happen was he was supposed to call me in 3 days, and I give him the car back. He didn't call, so I still got the car. So now I'm like scared to have the car because I don't know what the fuck. I parked the car somewhere. Peer pressure, get influenced by my homeboys. You know, my homeboy talking, want to go see some females he met, and we need the car. So I go get the car, and ended up getting, what had happened was I was downtown getting this paper for my license, just in case I got pulled. And a car started following us. I noticed it in my rear view because, don't get it twisted, the car was kind of hard to drive because it was a stick. But, you know, not to say I was expert in stick, but I knew how to drive a stick. So the car started following us because it's a nice car, brand new Mazda 626. So he following us, and I noticed somebody following us, and I let my homeboy know. I like, hey man, somebody's following me. So, and I said, hold on. I said, I'm gonna see first. So then I pulled up in front of this 18-wheeler. I pulled up in front of the 18-wheeler and went around it, and he went behind it. And that's how I knew, like, okay, he following us, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I get down Broward to 31st, to 27th, where the police station at. I turn and I make a right turn, and then I make a quick left turn behind Checkers. And so I slow down so I could look and see if he tried to bend a U-turn, because he went straight on 27. And sure enough, he bends a U-turn to make it look like he not following us. So that's when I took off. Well, I didn't take off. You know, I'm just driving regular, you know, going down the stop signs. My homeboy telling me, punch it. Because, you know, he's scared. He ready to do a high-speed chase, but I'm not into all that bullshit. So I go all the way to Discount Auto Parts, pull into Discount Auto Parts, you know, get out like, you know, like regular. Sure enough, the police pulls up, you know, unmarked car behind us, jumps out, freeze, you know what I'm saying? So then me, because I know Broward Boulevard is right there, I take off running, zigzagging through the cars. I know he can't shoot me, but, you know, I'm reckless like that because I'm a kid. I'm a jit. So I ended up running. I didn't know what happened to my homeboy. I ended up running down 31st, like zigzag through the cars. I ended up running down 31st, and then I made that turn right on the first street, right where that church is. And then that's when I see my homeboy jumping over the wall. And then we jumping a million gates, running through Melrose houses and stuff like that. Then we took refuge at like this house with a shed in it. And that's where I was like waiting it out to see, like, you know, what we was gonna do. But the shed didn't have a door on it, and like the window in the next house, you seeing it kept moving. So, you know, me being paranoid, it's like we've been in there so long, I wanted to take a look. So take a look, try to walk out there a little bit. Some police sees me. I try to run. I tell my homeboy, run. I run like between some houses. I come out on the open street, and next thing you know, police on each side of the street, they running towards me with the guns. Freeze! So I give up, lay down, you know, take me in. I mean, they, you know, handcuff me, wait on the scene for that initial police to pull up to ID me. He IDs, yeah, that's one of the guys. Get back they take me to the police station to interrogate me. So get into the cell. I'm in the cell, and it's a girl right here in the cell. I'm in this cell, and my homeboy walks in, shirt ripped up, like he got beat up. They dish ragged him tough. I'm gonna punish them. Anyway, I'm like, damn, what happened to you? He like, man, they beat my ass. So they put him in the cell over here on my right side. Some girl was on my left side. Right. He was on my right side. She was on my left side. So anyway, they take me in there to interrogate me. Yeah, they take me in there to interrogate me. They talking this and this and that. And so I let them know what actually happened. I just keep it 100. That's all I can keep it. So all I can do is keep it real. Anyway, get back to the cell, and I think they put me on the other side of my homeboy. That's what happened. They put me on the other side of him. So now he was on my left side. So when I came out, it was a different detective on scene. And so after they processed my homeboy, came back in, put him in the cell. And so they told him to just process us and leave. So apparently they got it kind of mixed up, and they thought I was the passenger, because apparently I was on the opposite side. They probably said the guy that's on his left side, he's the passenger. So when they messed up and brought me back and put me on the other side of him, then they figured that I was the one on the left side or whatever. That's how it got mixed up. So when after a while of sitting there in the cell, my homeboy came back in, and the people came in and was like, all right, come on, time to go. He was talking about me. So he was like, so then my homeboy was like, hey man, I'm next. I was like, all right, I'm gonna be out the door. So it's kind of fucked up. So anyway, I get out there, and when I get out there, I'm like, whoo! They was like, okay, well, here's your paperwork. You just have to show up the blood squad. You out of here. Boom! Out of there. I was the passenger. No, I don't even think they told me I had to show up to nothing. I was out of there, man. Left, shot to the house, got dressed, still made it to work. Anyway, make a long story short, to give you some details about the after effect. I think what had happened was they ended up busting the house. Right. They ended up busting the house looking for me. Right. They was looking for me. And that's a funny story too. Anyway, they bust the house one day. They were looking for me. This girl I was in there messing with. And they hear them bam, 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 banging on the door. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the door. I'm looking through the window. I'm like, oh shit, there's police everywhere. BSO. Go back there. Go back to the room. Jumped on the chick, girl. I was like, shh, don't say nothing. I said, in 5 minutes, go answer the door. So I left, went in the kids' room, because I think my sister was staying with me at the time. I was in Riverland. Went in the kids' room. I stood up against the wall, like up against like the doors, like right here. Sort of like, the doors, like the door swings open. Door sort of like right there, because it's a closet door. And then I'm like standing right there, and I put a jacket over my head, and I was just like this, and it looked like the jacket just hanging there. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm standing there for a long time, then you see the police open the closet door. So they was like, so when is the last time you seen him? You know what I'm saying? Shut the door. I guess she was giving it to him. Like, he ain't been around. She don't know. And then you hear one of the police like, I need to go get him another flashlight. Go get a flashlight. I guess they looking all around. Can't find me. Eventually they leave. So I guess I'm on the run. Because I actually got bonded out from Mount Joyce at the time. And I guess maybe some type of way they did something and fucked up my bond. So she calling me pissed off, telling me I need to turn myself in and all this type of stuff. I'm like, auntie. So anyway, I noticed that they've been calling my phone because I see it on the caller ID. We had house phones then. And a caller ID will tell you who's been calling. So anyway, I get home and I see the weird number, look like a weird BSO type number. So anyway, I call it back. Yeah, it's him. Well, I didn't call it back. I just took the number. I went somewhere, called the number, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? He was like, hey, Mr. Hall, you know what I'm saying? You need to turn yourself in, man. We got to straighten this stuff out. I was like, what? Straighten some stuff out? He was like, yeah, man, we got to straighten all this stuff out, man. I need to bring you in, man. I was like, okay, well, I see you've been trying to bust the house I said I got a court date coming up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stay out. I'm gonna stay away from the house for a little while, man. I might just be in Miami, man, just for a little while, just chilling. But I'll let you know when the court date is. He was like, "Oh, don't need to tell me. I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know when the court date is." Psst, lo and behold. Anyway, I can't remember what really happened. I think I might have got pulled over or something like that, and I had a warrant for that. Went in there, and they gave me whatever charge I initially had because I was on bond for it, and then they slid that in there, like the Grand Theft Auto. Damn. So, I think I bonded out. No. I was locked up. Yeah, I didn't bond out. I was locked up for that, and so obviously since I was out on bond and I had the warrant, I couldn't just bond out. I had to stay in there and go see the judge. It was Judge Holmes, black lady, and she looked out. You know what I'm saying? You know, obviously it was my first charge, real charge, and so she, the story checked out. Wasn't like it was a lie, and she just said, all right, well, I'm gonna withhold because I think the lawyer was saying that, I had no priors. She said I'm gonna withhold without adjudication, and gave me like a year probation. Home. So, it is what it is. Okay, fast forward. The accessory to murder. That was a situation where I was taking someone home, girlfriend of mine, and dropped her off at her house. And I guess one of her family members was getting in a fight, getting dish ragged by this lady. Really, she looked like she was the victim. Anyway, so, all I know is the girl that was in the car with me, apparently it was one of her people, so she trying to go see what happened or what's going on. And I guess the lady, she ended up breaking away, and she running in the house, and the girl I was with ran after her. And crazy story, the girl that got into it was getting into it with them. I had told the girl, I was like, please leave that alone. I said, please, you ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? But she just was like, F that or whatever. And she just ran up there. And I think eventually all of them came out fighting or whatever like that. So after about a little while, man, after the fight went on for so long, I just left. It's just a chick fight. Anyway, bunch of chick fights. Anyway, so I leave. And on the way back, passing by there, man, obviously something had happened. I think the girl died. Well, she did die. Sad. Yeah, so anyway, I'm at work. I don't know how long ago later. I'm at work at Sears, and then all I know is my boss called me down from upstairs, which I was getting ready for work. So I go down there, and some homicide detectives waiting there, and they want me to come in, talk to them. So I gotta go with them to the interrogation spot, and we go in there. They running their mouth, about what had happened. Talking about they know what time I got there, they know what time I left, and they know I didn't have anything to do with this, what occurred, like this murder or whatever, or homicide or whatever. So, but they were like, we need your story to go along with some other witnesses' story so we could get a conviction. So, I asked him, I'm like, so what, you want me to lie? He was like, well, hey, that's how they looked at me. I said, I thought y'all wanted the truth. He left, shut the door. Came in and out saying the same thing over and over again. So, of course, obviously I wasn't going to do it. So, finally they came in and told me if I'm not helping them out, that means I'm helping the people that did it out. So they're going to charge me with accessory to murder. Scare tactic, obviously. So I stand up. They put me cuffs on, going down the hall. He like, when you're ready to get out, give me a call. So obviously I get locked up, accessory to murder. They jacked my bond up to $100,000, and I ended up getting a lawyer. That's a lot of details in that. Getting a lawyer and got me a bond hearing, got my bond down, bonded out. He obviously did depositions or whatever like that, and then separated the case from me and my co-defendants, which they weren't co-defendants anyway. And first day of trial, went to trial. They threw it out. I won trial first day. Couldn't do anything. So that's what accessory to murder comes in at, if you know. And anyway, next one is the kidnapping. Anyway, the kidnapping case was me hanging out with my cousins, to make a long story short, hanging out with my cousins Sunday night. I meet a female. Anyway, I take her home. She asked me, what am I going to do? I say, I'm about to go get something to eat and go home. She like, well, can I go with you? And I'm like, yeah. So she goes home with me, hanging out, had sex. And after that, she didn't want to go home. Lo and behold, take her to Kifara, get her some clothes. She's making the whole story seem like she's being abused at home, whatever. Obviously, I'm figuring it out that she's probably young anyway. So go to my sister, they about the same size, give her some clothes, this and that. I'm still not asking, how old she is, she's still playing it like she older, but, because she with Kifar in the stove buying cigarettes, just hanging out, Anyway, so I convinced her, hey, well, you got to go somewhere, I can't kick you out in the streets, but you got to go somewhere. So anyway, next day, she ends up going to a cousin's house, or auntie's house, and I'm like, okay, so you're going to be okay, this and that, good, whatever, damn. Couple weeks later, SWAT team hits the shop. SWAT team. They're caught talking crazy. They're grabbing guys from the plaza. They grab me. Oh, they come inside the shop. It's about 5 cops running the shop. Hold up, get some water. Five cops running the shop, something like that, give or take. Grab me, bring the lady in, a lady. They're saying, remember her? Huh? I'm like, I never seen her a day in my life. Snatch her out of here. Obviously, they tell me that me and my friends pulled up in the van. I jump out. That's how the mom ID'd me. Grab this girl, same girl, kidnap her in the van, we pull off. Really? So, police keeps coming back to the car, talking crazy. I let them know, hey, listen, I know you're upset because of the circumstances, but this story been blown way out of proportion. So he's like, just sit tight, man. I'm trying to figure out how this lady knows you. They go back out there, doing a lot of whatever out there. I don't know. Comes back, takes the handcuffs off, tells me, hey, I don't know what's going on. This lady got a lot of shit going on downtown anyway. We're not taking this case. Doesn't sound right. Leaves. What he tells me, he's like, I don't know what's going on, but she might try to pursue this case with another municipal police force, but we're not taking the case. So just know it might be coming back. I'm like, all right. So obviously I got to be prepared. Anyway, make a long story short, yeah, the detectives came by the house, wanted me to come in and talk to them. Obviously, I brought my witness with me, my cousin. We go inside of there. I talk to the police. You know what I'm saying? Tell them what really happened. They believe it. Ain't got no choice to. They said, yeah, well, look like she got caught up with a fucked up little girl, you know? That's a true story. I believe this story. They said, but they're probably, we're going to go have a talk with the mom. And he said, we got to submit everything down to the state attorney, and they'll probably come at you for the statutory. Or because you said you had sex with her. Bam. So that's what happened. So sure enough, they came. Apparently, the state attorney filed charges. They came by the shop. Cool cops. Isn't that crazy? Came by, picked me up like, yeah, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So got to take you back to the detective. He want to talk to you first. I talked to him. He like, yeah, man, like I said, man, they probably going to come at you with that. All I can say is bond out and, work your case, man. All right. I'm like, all right, cool. Get in there. Thank God. Get in there. Somebody bonds me out. $2,000. $20,000 bond. Ugh. So, bond me out. Go get my lawyer. Same lawyer I got for the accessory to murder. And he does his magic. Does the depositions. Get the truth out. Told him the truth. What else can I tell him? That's how it happened. No kidnapping. No sexual battery. No human trafficking. Anyway. No movie scene with the van and all that shit. So told him the truth. You got the depositions. Went to trial. Go to trial. Prove the case. We win trial. But obviously, because I had sex with her, I still got to be convicted of that. Cool. Come back for sentencing. You're going home. That's what the judge says. Mr. Hall, you're going home. State attorney, she fighting. At least can we give him some probation? Yeah. Ladies everywhere. Lady judge, lady prosecutors, lady on the panel. At least can we give him some probation? Killed the case. She was like, all right, we're going to give him some probation. That's it. Bam. Can we give him some probation in case this happens again? Little white lady. Fine little white lady. You know how that is. Nasty. But cool. Get the probation. And that's a long story behind the probation. But didn't violate. Did the probation. Got off early. Kidnapping or statutory. Or unlawful sex with the minor. So, what else? But yeah, we won the case. Long story short, we won the case. We proved that she was the initiator, the aggressor, and the provoker. I was the victim. But since I had sex with her, the state of Florida states that the victim's misrepresentation of age is not a defense. Or not knowing the age is not a defense. Cool. So whether she's a stripper, prostitute, doesn't matter. Fake ID, doesn't matter. You not knowing the age is not a defense. So I got banned for that. Next, failure to register. With that charge, you have to register. It's kind of stupid. But it is what it is. It's a mind thing for you to keep going downtown, making sure all your information is correct, which they know where you live. They know it's on your ID. In case you're, it's understandable the way they make it seem like they got to keep track of everybody. But a lot of people fucked up because they don't have no place to stay. Thank God. I'm in that bracket where it happened so long ago. You know, I can stay just about anywhere. I can stay anywhere. I haven't had anyone telling me no about anywhere. I can stay anywhere. So, which is cool. So I just got to go down there every year. And yeah, the information's the same. Yep. Oh yeah, I sold the vehicle. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm in school now. You know, I don't know. Cool, it's cool, but hopefully I get that taken care of soon. Anyway, what's the next one? Oh yeah, failure to register. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Failure to register is you have to go down there and sign that thing twice a year on that month. Did it early. The only reason why I think it was really extruded or blowed up that way is because I was having an issue with the officer that I put an excessive report in on. No, it was an officer that I put an excessive force report in on him. Yeah, and submitted it to Internal Affairs. So he was having some issues behind that report. So he was looking for something to lock me up on. Found that registration thing. Oh, it was registered early. You know what I'm saying? And then tried to get some other charge saying that my auntie said I lived with her. But obviously that wasn't true. Anyway, so I did register. I did register early. But they said it was a failed to register because I didn't do it on that month. So taking it to trial. Anyway, before trial, you know, we're about to pick trial. We got 40 jurors inside the lobby. Take a recess. And they asked my lawyer. I guess my lawyer called me. He said the prosecutor called him and said, hey, man, the prosecution just called me and said that offer that you gave them 3 months ago, would you accept it? Yeah, fuck it. Well, you know, I called the wife. I told him, you know, let me call the wife and go over with the wife. I'll call you right back. Call her. Yeah, you know, they want my offer. I tried to get them. They don't want to go to trial. Cool. Because what I was going to do, I was going to go to trial. This is what I told them. I told them that, hey, what you're going to do is this first charge about my auntie saying I didn't live there, my auntie's not going to come to court and lie for you against me. So they're going to get rid of that. They're going to drop that. You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to go to trial on that. Number two, the second one, I'll take probation on. Because it was a technicality that, okay, I registered early. You're saying I didn't do it on time. Or you're saying I failed to do it, but actually I didn't do it on time. So, cool. I did it early. I'll take that, some probation. I'll take 2 years probation, get off early after 1 year. They didn't want to accept that. Before trial, they wanted to accept that. Cool. So I took it. So that's how I got the fail to register. And that's it. That's my criminal history, dog. You know, some other stuff I did, you know, throughout the years, but I was dealing with jurisdiction and laws and things of that nature. I'm just pushing things to the limit because I actually wrote a book. It's called Standing Up in the Mouth of a Beast. Chapter 2 later.